Some of Broadway's biggest names are teaming up for a new musical. Here Lies Love is about the former First Lady of the Philippines, Imelda Marcos. It debuted off-Broadway in 2013 before returning to the stage at the Broadway Theater last month. The show features a score by David Byrne and Fatboy Slim, and it stars Tony winner Lea Salonga. On-stage host Frank DeLillo caught up with Salonga. She made her New York debut at the same theater for Miss Saigon in 1991.
The first time we walked into that space after David Corrins had gutted it.
It does not look like the Broadway Theater.
And turned it into this architectural marvel.
Yeah.
We walked in, of course the lights were on, and so that we could see everything that we were supposed to see. I just remember feeling incredibly emotional. I mean, first of all, it's an all-Filipino company, so already that gets to me.
You're making history as well.
Indeed. And then all of us together walked in and saw this space that had been just completely reimagined.
And we just saw the disco ball there, Frank. This show's a party.
It's an absolute party. In fact, you can buy tickets and stand around the dance party, which would be like the orchestra area, and it's pretty cool. You're actually moving with the show. They'll make you dance at certain points, so it's a disco party.
There's no seat associated with those tickets?
No, so in the orchestra, you're standing around in an area. I saw it at the public theater, so I experienced that, which you only did move around. Here at the Broadway Theater, though, there are seats, and I did sit in the seated section. However, we were still asked to stand up and do a little dancing.
Join the party.
Exactly.
Did you comply?
Of course. Of course. I wouldn't be the only one not dancing.
What was the Bryan Cranston show I saw, and they were saying if you sat somewhere, you were going to be...
Oh, Network.
Network.
Where you're like in the restaurant on set.
Oh, right,
really
right.
cool.
Then you're a full-on
part of it.
participant.
Yeah.
I mentioned the connection to Miss Saigon and Lea Salonga in 1991. Gee, this is a good luck venue for her.
Yeah, and you know, it's her first time signing on as a co-producer of a show, but she made her Broadway debut there in 1991. I'm a huge fan of Miss Saigon. I remember seeing her in that theater, and so for her to be back there, for us musical theater fans, it's kind of a full circle moment, not just for her, but for us as well.
Without recapping all of the Ferdinand and Imelda Marcos history, this is, it's not at its heart lighthearted material.
No, it's rather controversial.
So here's what Lea said about trying to have a balancing act with that controversy.
You can't deny that Imelda Marcos is a controversial figure. So what was it like for you, being so connected to the Philippines and having that Filipino pride, to do this production, sign on for this role?
I think like many Filipinos, you have conflicted, complicated, nuanced emotions with regards to that particular time in history. So it's interesting and complicated, but it's a part of my history.
It's history.
It's a part of my country's history.
Yeah.
And I felt that we were beholden to tell the truth.
And I want to point out, Ariel Jacobs actually plays Imelda Marcos. Lea Salonga plays Aurora Aquino, whose son was assassinated when the Marcoses were in power.